Elon Musk asked Twitter users on Sunday if he should step down as CEO of the social media site. In a poll launched on the platform, he asked, "Should I step down as head? I will abide by the results." However, replying to one Twitter user's comment over who would then take the reins, Musk said, quote, "There is no successor." The billionaire, who also runs Tesla and SpaceX, bought Twitter in October. This latest poll comes after Twitter announced a policy update on Sunday. The company said it will remove accounts created solely for the purpose of promoting other social media platforms and content that contains links or usernames. But cross-content posting from other sites will still be allowed. The new measure would impact content from platforms like Facebook, Mastodon, Truth Social and Tribal. Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, who recently invested in social media platform Nostr, replied to the Twitter support post with one word: why? The policy change follows other chaotic actions at Twitter since Musk took over, including the firing of top management and indecision over how much to charge for Twitter's subscription service Twitter Blue. On Friday, Musk reinstated several journalists' Twitter accounts he had suspended for allegedly sharing location data about him.
On Monday, China officially reported its first COVID-related deaths since the government began scrapping strict antivirus controls earlier this month. Though the National Health Commission only declared 2 deaths, they were the first reported since early December, and fed into worries this could be the start of a grim trend as the virus rips through the country. In the capital, Beijing, funeral home workers told Reuters they'd become busier than usual. Locals said there'd been a rise in demand for cremations, and hearses could be seen packing out a crematorium parking lot on Sunday. However, Reuters could not immediately establish if these deaths were due to COVID-19. For now, residents said they weren't too worried despite the surge in infections.
It can't be avoided. If you get it, you get it. If you're infected, it depends on the individual's health whether you are well or not. We try as far as it's possible to not spread it to the elderly and children. That's all I can say.
Officially, China has suffered less than 5,240 COVID-linked deaths over the pandemic, a tiny fraction of its 1.4 billion population and very low by global standards. The National Health Commission did not immediately respond to Reuters' questions on the accuracy of its data. As the country struggles to reopen amidst a surge of infections, authorities scaled up door-to-door COVID shots for the elderly. State media CCTV on Sunday showed footage of health workers vaccinating senior citizens in their homes in Sichuan and Guizhou provinces. Officially, China's vaccination rate is above 90%, but the rate for boosted adults drops to under 58%, according to government data. With COVID curbs lifted, health experts warn the country could be left with over 1.5 million deaths from the virus.
North Korea says it conducted what it called an important final phase test on Sunday for the development of a spy satellite. That's according to state media KCNA on Monday, which also said the country aims to complete the satellite by April next year. This comes after South Korea and Japan said on Sunday that the North had fired 2 ballistic missiles off the Korean peninsula's east coast. According to the KCNA newsreader, Pyongyang's National Aerospace Development Administration conducted the test at its Sohae satellite launching station in the northwest.
The administration said this is an important success that has gone through the final gateway process for the launch of a reconnaissance satellite.
KCNA also released 2 grayscale, low-resolution images of South Korea's capital Seoul and the nearby port city Incheon, saying they were taken during Sunday's launch. North Korea has conducted a record number of missile tests this year, including a high-thrust solid-fuel engine on Thursday, which experts said would make missile launches quicker and more mobile. It has tested satellite systems during several previous rocket launches, with leader Kim Jong-un saying the country's pursuit of a spy satellite is to provide real-time information on military actions by the United States and its allies.
Ukrainian troops stock up on supplies and transport them to the battlefront using whatever vehicles they can. While the beginning of winter has seen fighting inside Ukraine slow down, in some parts of the city of Bakhmut in Donetsk, Ukrainian and Russian troops fight within sight of each other, and the city has been all but emptied of its 70,000 inhabitants. It is clear to us that Vladimir Putin needs Bakhmut as a New Year's gift. In his New Year's speech, he wants to announce a great victory. Russian propaganda is doing everything to exaggerate the military importance of Bakhmut, which in reality is small. In a separate development, Russian President Vladimir Putin will reportedly visit Belarus today in a mission to urge his close ally to join in Russia's war effort. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his nightly address that the protection of the border with both Russia and Belarus is a constant priority, and that preparations are being made for all possible defense scenarios. People living in Kyiv are flocking to aid centers known as points of invincibility. They are to be found in many areas of the city during the hours when there are power cuts in their homes, caused by ongoing Russian shelling.
Dozens gathered in central Kyiv at sundown on Sunday to light a candle on a giant menorah on the first day of Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of lights. Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko and ambassadors from Israel, the US, Japan, Poland, Canada, France and other nations took part in the ceremony. The enemy wanted to leave us 2 days ago without light, Vitaly said. Without water, without heating, and today we light the biggest menorah in Europe. Well, this participant said the menorah represents miracles from the past, and it will grant miracles in the future as well, and I'm sure it will grant miracles in Ukraine. Members of Germany's Jewish community in Berlin also made reference to the war in Ukraine. Germany's Finance Minister Christian Lindor said, in these hours of darkness, we are also seeing wonderful light. Putin will not reach his war aims in Ukraine. He has in us, in our societies, renewed solidarity. And he has brought liberal democracies around the world closer together. The festival lasts for 8 days and nights and is celebrated in a similar way to Christmas, by way of offering gifts and sharing meals with family and friends.